Let's start out with the grill. And in this video, I want to discuss the best bang for the buck when it comes to wood pellets for smokers. And I just want to open up by first saying these are just my personal opinions. You may disagree. There is neither right or wrong on this matter. Opinions may differ because you are not me. If you enjoy what you cook, you did it right. There's no need for us to have any arguments or claims of anyone's right or wrong or so on and so forth. Each has their own individual opinion, and we all should respect each other's smoke. For types of wood, for types of meats, fruit woods and maple are typical for vegetables if you're wanting to smoke some vegetables. Fruit woods, alder, pecan, and similar types of fruit trees, they're good for fish, chicken, a whole chicken. When I say chicken, a whole chicken, not chicken parts. Also lamb. These are very light woods, so you want to use them for something that is going to take on smoke very easily, and you don't want to overwhelm with smoke. Now, oak and hickory, I've found they're good for pork, beef, chicken wings. Notice earlier I said in number 2 that the whole chicken is good for fruit woods. I personally prefer something like a hickory for my pork, beef, and my wings and other individual chicken parts. So I make sure I note that's my personal preference. A lot of people would say use your fruit woods for any type of chicken. I definitely like hickory on my wings and other chicken parts. But when it comes to a whole chicken, I like to use a fruit wood. And it may just be because individual parts are going to cook a little faster than a whole chicken. But I like that good smoke. When it comes to hickory and mesquite, that's more for like your beef and your bison. I have to say that for myself, when it comes to the beef brisket, I definitely like some hickory on that. For bison, also some good hickory. Mesquite you can use if you want something a little stronger, a little heavier for your red meats. And so, as I mentioned, the listings above show the strength of smoke flavor in order and the meat's capability to take it in. Lighter smokes used for weaker meats, since weaker meats can more easily be overwhelmed. Now, these are my favorites generally speaking. Applewood is my favorite for fish, whole chickens, whole turkeys, and vegetables. And hickory is my favorite for pork, beef, bison, and chicken parts, especially the wings. And when it comes to smoking, these are the two flavors that I look to pretty much all the time as my main go-tos for flavors. And I can live a happy life with just these two. I don't need the cherry or the pecan or the alder and all the others. I've tried a lot of flavors, but when it comes down to it for me, applewood and hickory are the best for me, the best in my book. And I really like how they produce that flavor for me. So that's just my view on the different flavors of smoke and the ones that I prefer. And it really just comes down to these two for me. It's like either it's applewood or hickory, depending on what I'm cooking and, as far as my preference. But now I'm going to get into some of the specific wood types, the pellet types. So first I want to just get this one out the way. So I'm going to talk specifics when it comes to wood pellets and just get Camp Chef Brand Pellets out the way. Got to make it clear, I use a Green Mountain Grills Boone pellet smoker. I have used Camp Chef Brand Pellets in my smoker before because they were a nice low price and they seem to produce some decent smoke. However, they've clogged up in my smoker. They're the only pellets I've ever had that clogged up in my smoker, ever. I've had trouble with Camp Chef Pellets. I'm sure Camp Chef Pellets work great in Camp Chef Pellet Smokers. But in my personal Green Mountain Grills Boone, I basically have forbidden Camp Chef from my smoker. So I don't use Camp Chef at all. That's just my personal position there at Camp Chef because of issues that I've had. And if any of you saw the first attempt I did to make a pizza on the pellet smoker, you saw how my pellet smoker was jammed up and my pizza did not get properly cooked. That was the first pizza smoke that I did. Now I'm going to move on here. Let's talk about Traeger pellets. I've got to say, when it comes to Traeger, of course, when it comes to apple and hickory, I'm all good there with them. I like Traeger pellets. I've had no problems with Traeger pellets. Traeger pellets work great for me. Traeger pellets produce great smoke for me. Traeger pellets are very good pellets for me, in my opinion. And so I basically, when I'm doing smoking, and I said I use the apple and the hickory, if it's, my choice of what pellets I'm going to use, I'm going to use the apple and the hickory of Traeger brand for my smokes. But there's also another that I'll mention later that I also use that is a real fave of mine. So there are really three favorites of mine. There's Traeger Applewood, Traeger Hickory, and another. It's not the turkey that I've got here pictured. I just mentioned the turkey because I really want to try this turkey sometime because it looks real interesting that Traeger has these pellets and the brine and all that is made up for a turkey cook. So I want to try that sometime. But if any of you have tried that Traeger turkey with the brine and the pellets, let me know. They do charge a premium for that. But if you tried it, let me know. I might try it myself sometime. Now I'm going to talk about Green Mountain Grill Pellets. When it comes to Green Mountain Grills Pellets, let's start with the good. And the good is that third bag of pellets that I mentioned I like. There's three that I really like. This is number 3, the Green Mountain Grills Premium Gold Blend. Really like this one, big time. Great for chicken and pork. It's a combination of red oak, hickory, and maple. I'd say when it comes to chicken and pork, I'll use this Green Mountain Grills Premium Gold Blend before I'll use hickory because it's that good to me as far as how this blend is. Now, if I'm doing some beef or like a brisket or something, then I'm going to go to that hickory. So, that's basically my breakdown. But I can go with the Traeger Hickory or the Green Mountain Grills Gold Blend, but the Gold Blend just better for pork and chicken in my opinion. And I'm going to move on to the weak of the Green Mountain Grills line for me. I call these the weak because to me their flavors are just weak. I mean, I've used them and they just seem weak. But the Fruitwood blend, it's a blend of cherry, beech, pecan. And, I've tried it on fish, I've tried it on chicken. It's just weak is all I can say. To me, the strength of the flavor is not weak. Now, it's probably not so bad on a fish, but definitely like a chicken or something. But personally, I just don't do it. Even if I'm doing fish or something, I'll just go to Applewood. When it comes to the Green Mountain Grills Premium Texas Blend, it's a mixture of black oak, hickory, and mesquite. And that one also just weak. I've used it on briskets, used it on steaks, just weak to me. Just not strong enough, not solid enough of a strong smoke flavor that I want. So you may see me using Premium Fruitwood Blend and Premium Texas Blend in cooks, but it's only because I bought so much of it. That's the only reason I use it. I'm just using it to get through the supply that I have, but I don't think I'll be buying any more of these when it comes to Fruitwood or Premium Texas Blend. These are some GMG pellets that I don't use, but I'm going to say I don't have anything against them because I haven't used them. And I just want to, I'll just give a breakdown, then I'll talk about why. But the GMG Premium Apple Blend, it's a blend of apple, hickory, and red oak blend. I'm going to come back to that. And then when it comes to the GMG Smoker Tube with Gourmet Blend, it has some blend of hardwoods. They don't really seem to make it clear which hardwoods they're using there. But here's why I don't use these two. The apple blend, if I want apple, I'm just going to go straight apple. So I'm going to get Traeger apple. I'm not really a fan of blending the apple. And I think, that may not be something that works out as well. It's just not something that I'm looking to do. So I don't want my apple mixed up. So I just leave the Green Mountain Grills apple alone. Now, when it comes to their smoker tube and the gourmet blend, the reason I don't use that, and a lot of people ask me, why don't you use a smoker tube? I don't want to use a smoker tube. I bought a smoker. If that smoker can't get the job done, well, golly, you know, if that smoker can't get the job done by itself, I'm walking away from the smokers. If I got to go and on top of a smoker get a tube to help the smoker smoke, you know, I like using smokes in my smoker or pellets in my smoker to get the job done well on their own. Now, sure, if I was using that weak fruit wood blend all the time and was going to keep using it after my supply runs out, then yeah, I probably does need some help. I'd probably go get a smoker tube. But the way I see it, I'm going to use pellets after I exhaust the supply of the weak ones I have that have the smoke that I like, that Traeger hickory, that Traeger apple, that Green Mountain Grills premium gold blend. That's the way I'm rolling. So that's why I don't use these. Now, as for the other pellets out there, I say that there are plenty of other great pellets out there, but I'm a best bang for the buck type of guy. The others cost more. I'm about finding a good deal that works well for me. So I stick with those that work well for me and don't hurt my pocket more. So, there's a lot of recommendations for a lot of others, and when I look at the price, no, not worth it. I can get a good smoke that makes me happy out of what I know and enjoy. And if there's something else that comes out there that's in a decent price range that works well with my smoker, then so be it. But that's the way that I roll at the moment. Now, you can always find me at here on the YouTube channel, dGrill. My web blog that you should check out is dgrillsmoke.com. Lots of the recipes are there in printable form, and it's easy to search for different things there. On Twitter, I'm at dgrillsmoke. On Instagram, it's dgrillsmoke. So please like the video, comment, share, subscribe, and good eating.